The main character of the movie is a boy named Sajou Wataru. He likes his classmate Natsukawa Aika. You run to her every day and confess to her. I'm going to class today. Wataru was hit by a balloon flying across his face. Your worldview is starting to change now. In school, the AI knows you're a stalker. Natsukawa, I told you not to follow me anymore. Wataru agreed after listening. When you came to class, everyone was surprised because you're not going with Natsukawa today. The tree friend asked Wataru to do the same thing as before. Only makes Natsukawa, I hate you more. Even teachers come to class. I must be surprised to see you too. He came out of class and met Natsukawa. I thought Wataru would follow me. You just said you wanted to go to the bathroom. Your friends see your change and ask Wataru. Let's see what happened. You told me to feel. I no longer want to follow her today. Everyone in the school knows you like it. Natsukawa Wataru likes her so much that she wants to promote. Natsukawa goes everywhere. But see your expression today. Some people think Wataru, he was hit in the head somewhere. Lunchtime, he decided to go down to the canteen to buy food. It's a little confusing next door. Because normally, Wataru has wrapped up Natsukawa and asked to eat with her. While he was eating, a girl came to get him. About you, she knows you're Wataru and introduces herself as Aizawa Rena. Study in the next class. I can't talk a few sentences, then she's gone, and it's hard for you to understand. The next day, Reina came to Wataru. The friend next door, I can't believe you're chasing Natsukawa. But now I know another girl. When two people are fighting, suddenly, tree with Natsukawa, come in. You're trying to explain something, but it seems like this girl doesn't want to hear it. Later the tree came to you. I didn't expect Wataru to be such a jerk. After talking, you know that Reina used to have a boyfriend studying on. I heard this young man is handsome, so you went up there and looked. Go back and think about what happened. I see you've changed a lot lately. I asked if I was interested in Reina. It's not wrong not to see her say that. Wataru did not immediately deny it. At this time, Reina appears to find Wataru. Ask her why she broke up with her boyfriend. Is Reina currently moving the object to Wataru? Or after listening to it, Reina gives some reasons to let go of the. But the tree didn't stop. Publicly said that Reina's ex-boyfriend was a bad guy. You have no eyes, so break up. The tree said that. Rooster, she was very upset and told her not to speak ill of her boyfriend. Then she ran out. Wataru was in a hurry. He was running when he accidentally hit a girl. She didn't say anything and left immediately. Wataru arrived at the hut later. You know, you guys used to come together to apologize for what happened. Reina also wondered that, when he was with her, there was no mention of Natsukawa. Because of the experience of love. Wataru learned that you shouldn't mention another girl. In front of a girl. She asked if he liked Natsukawa. Right, you admit it. But now Wataru has given it up. Maybe because I was rejected too much. So the enthusiasm in your heart is fading. About Reina. For his lover, she praised Natsukawa cute. So you broke up. She knows he meant nothing else, but still very upset about it. That's why she approached Wataru. Let him feel how he feels. Now you tell me about love. My general profile. You've been brutally kicked by a girl you like. Not only that, she called her boyfriend to beat you up. You flew out and accidentally stuck your head in your chest. Natsukawa is real. Natsukawa at that time. Give you a fig. Instead, teach the others. Since then, you've started to like her. You can't chase her now. But from now on, you'll be supporting her from the back. You will see her as the goddess of humanity. Then promote it to everyone. Even though I can't date her, but you'll support her in your own way. It could be standing from a distance, silently protecting her happiness. It's heartbreaking. After talking to him, Reina understood something. She said goodbye to Wataru and left. Natsukawa was looking for something when the tree called her back. You two look behind. Reina was with her boyfriend. Maybe you two have made up. About Reina taking advantage of you, Wataru. I knew before, but you still follow her. Who would have thought it would turn out that way? Being with a cute girl like Reina, it has also satisfied you. I see you've been a little strange lately, but Wataru felt that he was strange before. When he returned home, he looked at himself in the mirror. Remember, you used to follow Natsukawa. Then, you feel like you don't deserve it. At this moment, Natsukawa came to the house, which surprised him. She said, you've changed a lot lately. Makes me very nervous. Wataru confesses to Natsukawa. She was confused and refused. You also predicted this. A boy was rejected many times, but still keep following disturbing. It must make you very uncomfortable. Suddenly, Wataru's sister came back. You just saw Natsukawa. I was surprised that my brother brought his daughter home. Natsukawa also realized that the person in front of her was the vice president, student council in the school. After he was leading Natsukawa. When you returned, you asked about it. Then Wataru called me before to bother Natsukawa. So he decided he wasn't going to bother her anymore. But if Natsukawa, do you know a cute girl in class? I can recommend you too. When I hear you say you're a jerk, run away. It's hard to understand. A few days later, he rearranged his seat. So Wataru can't sit with Natsukawa anymore. Natsukawa looks pretty lonely right now. Maybe because Wataru used to follow her. So no one in the class wants to talk to you. Outside of the tree, Natsukawa is not close to the other AI. After Wataru is thinking about how to get Natsukawa close to people, I was called back by a woman. She asked about Wataru hitting her juniors yesterday. I thought she was here to ask for my forgiveness. So you bowed your head, sorry. But actually, I just wanted to thank you, because Wataru was going to help the Kia girl yesterday. You also know that the person in front of you is the chairman of the disciplinary committee, named Shinomiya. Now she said she had something to tell you. Shinomiya knows Wataru is not a decent pretender. The girl you touched the day before was your sister. Her name Inatomi. He's also on the disciplinary committee and work very seriously. But she's been having a little trouble lately. Not just Inatomi, and so do other members of the committee. You want to share that with them, but they don't want you to interfere. Not knowing what to do, Shinomiya asked his opinion. According to Wataru, the people in the bar, I see you as a goddess on high. So they don't expect Shinomiya. You have to lower yourself and encourage them. So according to Wataru, you just have to do your job and lead. Everybody is okay. After a while, it seems that Shinomiya understood something and thanked him. When Wataru wanted to leave, she called him back and asked him his name. He replied Yamazaki and left right after that. The next day at school, he was asked by his sister to carry his clothes. Wataru doesn't understand why these days. You're involved in a lot of things. To a girl like that, he asked if Wataru was still talking to Natsukawa. More not. You think maybe, but we can't be close. As they were walking, they accidentally caught Natsukawa. Going to school, she hugged back the opportunity makers Cho Wataru. Come talk to you. This time it looks. Natsukawa wanted to say something to him, but hesitated. When you got to school, you heard the news. The chairman of the disciplinary committee is looking for you. You wanted to run away, but the AI thought she'd catch you. You have not come to the office to meet. Shinomiya had just left when his best friend ran out to ask him why. It turns out that Wataru used his name to say Cho Shinomiya. It's a real newspaper. After school, he came to see Hinomiya and Inatomi. But it seems like this girl doesn't interact with strangers very often. Then suddenly Shinomiya. I asked him why he lied about his name. Wataru thought that if he said his real name, Ra, it's going to be a lot of trouble. That's why I did it. Young Yamazaki also likes Shinomiya. So you're doing it too, to help my best friend. When you hear it, just warn you, don't do that next time. When you were about to leave, they held you back, because that day, Inatomi refused his kindness, so she was very upset. So I wanted to meet you today to apologize and thank you. I'm sorry to have missed Wataru's kindness. And thank you, because when he saw her carrying heavy clothes, he was intending to help. You said it wasn't a big deal, and went back to class. Just a few steps, you see. Natsukawa started to get close to everyone. When you see her like that, you don't want to come near her for fear of disturbing her. Natsukawa receives news from his sister. Later, he was called to the student council to help. There is an upcoming school visit during the holidays, so there's a lot of paperwork to sort through. That's why you need Wataru's help. If you agree, you will not reveal it. You told me you were wrong age to work. That's why you finally have to listen. When you're done, you're judged. Do a good job, so maybe tomorrow, young man, you'll have to come here to be your feet. Run the job again. If you do well, your sister promised she'll buy you an 18+ magazine. She is the sister of the year here. Eames. It feels like I've done something that makes Wataru angry. Because I can see your ugly eyes when you look at me. When she thought she had done something wrong, Shinomiya comforted her. The next day, Natsukawa came to class. Your friends are gathered and want to come to your house. So Wataru went in now. Please join, but Natsukawa won't let you. You also predicted this, so I didn't ask any more questions. When he was about to leave school, Natsukawa called him back. She asked why you really didn't come. That's the sun goat girl. But suddenly Shinomiya appears, thanks to Wataru some things. Shinomiya, thank you for last time. But now I want to ask you one more thing. Because you see, Inatomi still hasn't felt your understanding. Should want Wataru. According to you, her goal is to eradicate the psyche, fear of male students, because she wasn't determined enough to lead Shinomiya. Follow along. If someone is around, your courage will grow. Shinomiya, I can't believe you looked so good after listening. I got the answer, and I thanked you. Wataru also left. Summer is approaching, so the air conditioning room for Wataru is like a savior. The tree is coming to you right now, showing off Wataru about his trip to Natsukawa's house for the weekend. If you look at that kind of cover-up, it is enough to understand that you don't want Cho. You know, after a while, the tree looked at the photos taken at Natsukawa's house. I found out she was a little sad the other day. Turned to Wataru. Don't want to talk to Natsukawa or Sao. But you see, the two of you only have a relationship. Just normal friends. Now Natsukawa can talk to people. So you think you shouldn't bother. It's standing from a distance. It's a shame to see her in her summer outfit. It's time for fitness. He shows you pictures of his sister, Natsukawa, at her house. He asked why at Seoul Wataru. Not coming. He replied that no one invited him to come. At this point, your sister sends you a message. He didn't expect to be sisters. It's so cold. And Wataru. They say they don't care too much about each other's lives. Sometimes they just say a few words. It was lunchtime when Yamazaki ran to him. It's showing off because of the switch. So now I'm getting to know my classmate Koga. Watch Wataru. You're so lonely. Your friend pulled you over. Join with them. Wataru has been asking a lot of questions lately. I can't see you and Natsukawa together anymore. Yamazaki was even close to calling his appearance normal. Should be Natsukawa butter is right. They kept asking about Aizawa or going out to dinner with him. Wataru explained that she and the man above are already a couple. Everyone was talking when suddenly Natsukawa appears to pull you out. You still don't understand why she's so angry. You think there are enough reasons, too many, so you don't know which one. Wataru asked her to suggest why Natsukawa was angry. Then you falter. You said you were talking to the girls. She thought she was jealous, but there's no way that could have happened. Natsukawa, tell him you haven't said anything and leave. Girls are hard to understand. Later, Wataru. Back to class, the president. The student council came over and said I wanted to talk to you. Two people come to a room. Then the president asked you what you thought of yourself. You see yourself as normal. Then he asked again, why did you give up chasing your girl? Fascinated for years, but you don't want to. He told me about his sister. Kaede is very worried about your recent change. Kaede thinks that Wataru's change was caused by her. It was also the first time he'd seen her so sullen. Finished listening, Wataru. I will think of a way to solve your problem. Planned to go home for a family reunion, who expected to be dragged by the president to see. He said that he was also quite angry at you for doing K. Ed must be sad. The president was very confident about his appearance. To taste the pain. Maybe there are 7 loves. But it was also thanks to Ed that he was saved as he is now. So this time, he'll leave it all to you. A moment later, he went up to the roof and saw his sister standing there. I thought Shin Omiya was going to meet me here. But that's actually just a lie from the president. You heard your sister's been having a lot of trouble lately. I just came up here to talk. You know you're in my sister's mind. Just a normal person. There's no advantage. That's why you give up. There's no fault in chasing people anymore. What about your grandmother, ED? He said he had seen it before. Someone has let go of someone they like, but still can't get out. So she's worried that Wataru is too. Sometimes you give them bad credit, but that's just a joke. So in the future, she will pay attention not to belittle you anymore and shout, Wataru, don't be self-deprecating. But Wataru, telling you to do that, doesn't change anything. So you want K? D is more like usual. Even if it's a little poisonous, and Sai told you, but it might be comfortable for both of you. Suddenly Natsukawa, push the door. I blame you for talking to your sister like that. Wataru asked her why she was here. It turns out that I just saw that you were fired. Lead, so you go. But thinking back, it feels like I'm a stalker. She then shamelessly ran away from here, leaving. You're still standing there, not understanding what happened. That night, back then he still thought at SAO, Natsukawa was behaving like that. Go to your house, buy your sister some cake. Sorry for the hard words this afternoon. While your grandmother is eating you. Take some pictures just in case. If there's a brother on the student council who wants to, you can also sell it to someone else. That's a good brother. To episode 4, Natsukawa and Kei were talking to each other. Natsukawa didn't know why he was behaving this way. She doesn't like people close to her sister. Before that AI here, you can guess for yourself. Wataru hasn't talked to you much lately. Maybe for Natsukawa. He's like a harbor from the wind. If suddenly one day, if that windproof harbor is lost, the AI will also be insecure. But Wataru won't be with you forever. So Natsukawa should do something for him. Over here, D is reminding you to pay attention to Taicho's neat hair. Because they look longer. Before to be a boy worthy next door. Natsukawa, you have to be very careful. And now you're not going to get close to AI anymore. So maybe it's okay to do that. When he came to class, he saw the tree and Natsukawa. We're talking to each other. I saw you today because of what happened yesterday. Natsukawa has been a little embarrassed so far. Lunch break, Natsukawa tried to get close enough to talk to him, but you went to the backyard for lunch. I accidentally met the group of Shinomiya. At the invitation of your friends, listen to it. Come and eat with them. When I saw Inatomi, I wasn't as shy as I used to be. Makes you think she's got a boyfriend. But how could that have happened? Please take her as your wife. The girl next to Inatomi is a girl named Mita. her childhood friend. What you said last time was motivating. Inatomi is more sociable, and now she can talk to her son. Sin about, I thank you, and I'm surprised you're Cad's brother. You've known each other since 10th grade. And then Cad dyed his head like free fire. When he returned to class, Wataru found that his friend Sasaki looked bored. Then Wataru sent a photo of Chung with Natsukawa's sister. For his sister. So now she's managing Sasaki all the time. Maybe this is a pro. Wataru asked why he knew he had such a sister. He is also close to his sister. Natsukawa too. Sasaki pulled you out and confided that I did it to get close to Natsukawa. When you hear it, you have no opinion, and said I didn't want to mess up. If successful, Sasaki will become Natsukawa's boyfriend, because it's her choice. No matter what, she accepts the confession. Your love is like a vain dream, but you still expect Natsukawa. You can be with an AI that makes you feel good. Sasaki looks also quite suitable for that position, so Wataru, I don't think I should go near Natsukawa from now on. Later, the teacher asked him to return it. For everyone in the class, but see Natsukawa's name. It makes you a little hesitant. Wataru gave the tree back and asked her to help him. When he left, he saw 3 of them together. Wataru was about to take his shoes home when suddenly Natsukawa appeared. Then she left something at school and came back to get it. Since it was quite dark, he asked her to come with him. Natsukawa said, I have something to ask you. I want to know where you're going this afternoon. Wataru honestly replied that he went to lunch with his group. Shinomiya saw that. I'm in a hurry to ask about your relationship. But you're just saying that she's just a regular senior and your sister's friend. Natsukawa asked him not to have lunch with her, as before or so. But now you want to keep your distance from her. How can you do it? Wataru thought back, not knowing if he should support Sasaki to Natsukawa or not. He accidentally said he didn't want to surprise Natsukawa at all. When out of school, Natsukawa tells you to take better care of your hair. Wataru agreed and asked her what color she wanted her hair to be. He said he'll dye it according to her will and go home. Take care of your hair. The next day in class, I found out that I had a test score. Just now, you're 65th overall, even though you were 32nd. He was trying hard to catch up with Natsukawa. After you gave up, if you don't pursue her anymore, your performance will diminish. Natsukawa got first place this time, which made him very happy. In the previous exam, she only ranked 27. Maybe his clinging to her had prevented Natsukawa from studying. Young Sasaki suddenly appeared and showed up. 29th class thinks he's handsome. You're good at sports too. This can be considered a good match for Natsukawa. That's it. Please like the video to subscribe to my support channel. Now say goodbye. Continue the previous part. Natsukawa is surrounded by a lot of friends. They were talking about going to Natsukawa's house to visit your sister. Sasaki's friend asked if she was going to invite Wataru or Sao. Everyone in the class found him strange. Wataru no longer clings to Natsukawa. You just went to lunch. I came across a group of people watching. Natsukawa finds strange. He ran to ask the blonde to startle him. After one round of evaluation, they found that you were just normal. Should start screaming in the face. Wataru, not good enough to talk to people like them. Is there a noble person who screams so loudly? Because they couldn't talk back to you, the 3 of them left. This time Natsukawa appeared and did not understand what had just happened. It's raining today. Wataru is walking to school when he runs into Natsukawa. It feels a little cold today, but Natsukawa saw that it was the same as every day. There's a car coming at you right now. Wataru, when you see that, you run over and use the water umbrella to shoot up Natsukawa, so his clothes were all wet, without drying any pieces. Natsukawa later gave Wataru a towel to clean. After all, because he helped her, he got wet, Natsukawa. I told you to take it. My best friend saw you and brought his towel, but it's too much, brother. Suddenly, you're falling asleep. When I woke up, I saw the teacher giving a lecture, and now it's the 3rd tet. You try to keep yourself awake, but it seems a little dizzy. When the teacher came down to visit, Wataru, please let me go to the medical room to rest. When I see your face right now, I agree. If you walk a few steps, you're dead. Wataru used to hide his true feelings, because you thought it was cool. You always laugh at people and see everything with your eyes. Hello, Fong. Then one day, while carrying rice, Wataru accidentally fell. Then everyone around you just stood there and laughed at you. However, only Natsukawa came to ask Wataru. Natsukawa and Kei are seeing the paramedics. She said, you only have a mild fever. Tell you two not to worry. When they left, Wataru woke up. The teacher came in and told me about it. Wataru was brought here by everyone in the class. Maybe it's because of too much pressure. That's why you have such a fever. Natsukawa is worried about you. Suddenly, she noticed the crowd gathered at the door. Then Ra is the Shinomiya sister who came here to find Wataru. If you ask the tree about your condition, you'll know. Wataru is in the medical room right now. Shinomiya said that he would tell Chokad and leave. The tree is pretty good right now. I just talked to an idol. When they get out of school, they bring their bags to Wataru. I found it quite light, so the tree, Natsukawa. Check to see if you have a black book in there. When you two walked in, the teacher wasn't here. When he pulled the curtain out, Wataru woke up and was stunned. Look outside. Wataru didn't say a word to Natsukawa. You feel a little strange. You might get hit in the head again. Wataru suddenly felt a headache. Natsukawa saw that and went to ask. But you said out loud, "Don't touch me." Two people stunned in a second. Slice and Wataru. She said she didn't want to infect her sister. But I really don't want to infect Natsukawa. Walking down the hallway, the tree is quite chalky, excited to see Wataru's recent weakness. They both met Keide and Shinomiya. I'm on my way to visit you. And then they all came back to Wataru's place. Keide and Shinomiya tried to touch his forehead and found it quite hot. It must be high fever. They told him to rest and leave. Wataru followed soon after. The next day he stayed at home and did not go to school. The tree to visit. I saw you leave a message in your class and didn't answer back. So everyone's worried about what happened to you. So hurry up. I came here, but it was a young man. I fell asleep while texting, so I didn't answer back. The tree also says work. Natsukawa came to see him, much to Wataru's surprise. I was embarrassed, so I made an excuse for you. The rain stopped me, so I came to visit. Wataru went back to school the next day. Accidentally, Natsukawa. I can see you were talking to the blonde. The last time I saw Natsukawa, she came. You're Marika, who got first in the last exam. Marika is running for the position of student council president. That's why she wanted Natsukawa to represent her. It's like being a propaganda ambassador for Marika. Hear that? Wataru thinks this is a wrong move, because Natsukawa, very cute, so when you know you're not a candidate, it will make students 7. If taking Natsukawa, participating in this case, will probably make your image blurry. After listening, Marika had no other choice. Marika asked her friends to retreat. Looking back at Natsukawa, by this time she was already red all over her face. Please explain. It's your compliments that made her like that. Wataru is hard to understand, because you praised her all the time before, and you saw Natsukawa. There's no expression. Girls are hard to understand. End of episode 5 to episode 6. Today after school, Wataru is alone down the canteen. While looking for, the seat was called back by the Inatomi sisters to eat together. They heard you were sick the other day, but Wataru said he was much better. Shinomiya's. The main theme is that I want you to join me. Discipline, but Wataru, I don't think I have the talent to join. The chairman of the board will end his term, and after choosing, Shinomiya found him quite suitable, so she invited Wataru. I just want you to think about it and say, Wataru, think more. Suddenly Inatomi, hold hands to encourage you. It's pretty bad for the two sisters next door. There's nothing people can do about being Ra. After a while, the sisters are smitten. Wataru is back in class. Natsukawa saw that his hair was messy and ran back to ask. She even raised her hand to help him adjust his hair. Wataru is a little embarrassed. When you pay attention to your actions, close your hand. Wataru said he'll pay you for the service. That made Natsukawa quite sulky. It's hard to understand. The school is going to have a camp. So the teacher wants to pick out some helpers, but AI doesn't want to either. I told them not to join the club. Set up, and ask the whole group to pull the hammer to decide. You will choose a boy and a girl, and if the AI loses, it's going to have to go back. This time, Wataru, you have to go up, but luckily you won. So you don't have to participate. Surprise is Natsukawa. You lost, so you had to join your friend. Sasuke, if you see that, volunteer for Namkia for the club. His suit doesn't work very much. It is a holy opportunity. The tree looks at two people talking, thinks they are very compatible. Finished listening. Wataru also did not deny, but admitted what the tree said. The tree did not expect him to be so calm. Wataru went to the bookstore today to do more work. Sweeping outside. Then, he accidentally saw a boy who was suffering from a group of students. Middle school bullying. He ran out and stopped the people and picked up the boy. When Wataru came, the students also left. He asked about the boy, and I know this kid has her name. Later, Wataru. Call the boy's family. I saw her sister running. Wataru was the one who helped her brother, so she thanked him. Looking at your sweet face right now. Wataru has a different feeling. The tenderness of a sister. You've never seen anything from your sister. Ed his house, Wataru. Return the pair, book for boy, and tell her to be more careful next time. The next day at breakfast, your Ed just woke up. Look at your form right now. It doesn't look like a high school vice president, when you're in school at all. She asked him about the Shinomiya case. Invite Wataru to the disciplinary committee. You feel so responsible that you don't want to go in. I see that KED tells you to join the student council. When Wataru finished listening, he choked the whole country. If you don't know what kind of talent you're supposed to have, Ed asked you to organize the documents pretty well so you can join. In the end, it's just the wrong foot. Ed asked you to think carefully. Then no more words left. You went back to the bookstore today. As usual, I met my sister the day before. She asked me to come here to thank you for helping her. The two then sat down to talk to each other. I know you're studying at a girls' school. Wataru. The school she was studying at was very surprising. Because that school has a pretty good track record. The uniform looks pretty good too. She praised you as an excellent person, Wataru. She told me that she looks very mature and cute. Makes this girl blush. I can see her innocent expression right now. Wataru couldn't stand to cover his face. Thank you for helping my brother last time. So she gave Wataru a gift box. Before leaving, she asked if she could come here next time. Wataru told her to come naturally. You're pretty excited to open the gift box she gave me right now. Who thought it was a handkerchief with flowers? The picture of a dolphin. I can't believe she thinks she's so childish. Fuka came to Wataru today. He noticed she had a pretty bracelet and praised her. Fuka said, "This is a necklace I made with my father on the beach. I heard you can make them yourself, Wataru. I want to make one for Natsukawa on your birthday." So the next day, he invited Fuka to go there. This is Wataru's first time to be traveling with a college girl, so you're a little nervous. Fuka is a little embarrassed about her outfit right now. Normal, you only wear them in elementary school because they're cute. You didn't expect that. Her elementary school clothes would fit this size. Turn the scene to the tree and Natsukawa. Two people are leading the baby. Ari goes to the beach and accidentally passes Wataru's house. I see that the tree is inviting you along. I rang the bell for a moment and didn't see anyone. Soon you and Fuka went to the beach. Two people stopped by a souvenir shop. Meet the owner. I thought you two were a couple that made Fuka blush. No, Wataru. I want to make a ring as a birthday present. The owner took him to find the material. Wataru made a serious choice. Fuka asked if it was someone he liked. Although you like it, you have no intention of dating. Wataru explained that he was being unilateral. After being rejected by her, you have no hope. But thanks to her, you've changed a lot in the last 2 years. If you don't make an effort to pursue her, you can't train yourself like you can now. Here are the sisters. Natsukawa and the tree are teasing each other at the beach. Suddenly they noticed a souvenir shop nearby. I found Ari quite interested, so Natsukawa decided to come and have a look. And Wataru noticed that there was a picture of Chung of Fuka. And her dad hangs in the store. You think it's her brother. Fuka is wearing a high school uniform. You're amazing right now, because the girl you thought was a college girl, I'm only in 9th grade. I met you before. You forgot to introduce yourself to Wataru. So confused, Fuka was wondering that, why did you give up on that girl and keep trying? Because she is. You don't know how to explain why. Say you only need to fall in love once to understand it. But even you don't know what love is, because you see, it's not a very pleasant experience. She moved the scene to Natsukawa's side, and now she and Ari and Kay walked into the store. When I saw 3 people, the owner announced that the store is closed today, which makes us a little depressed. This time baby Ari noticed the picture of Wataru and Fuka hanging on the wall. Because the store was closed, BA went outside. Suddenly Natsukawa saw Wataru with a girl who just passed by. Tell this story to the tree. I was teased by the tree that maybe you're dating that AI. Natsukawa denied that because AI can also, but not you. You're coming back with Fuka. Wataru promised he'll make one for you next time. Make Fuka very happy. She asked if it was after high school. Will I love you, make you laugh? When I heard you say it wasn't a happy experience. Makes you a little nervous. Wataru reassures her for love to surprise, so call Fuka. Not to worry. Suddenly Fuka leaned on his shoulder and fell asleep. This time the tree sent Natsukawa photos to the sea. You make Wataru pretty good. Episode 8. Wataru will return to school. Not much time off, so the bookstore owner posted a new employee recruitment notice. Right now a girl shows up. Remember, this is a classmate named Mina. Wataru was surprised when he came here to apply as an employee. The owner was quite excited about that. Mina is a regular customer of the shop. I went inside to see the owner. I saw that Mina's hair was quite entangled, so she's going to help you cut it. They are also lucky. Wataru, come in and relieve yourself. Then he instructed Mina to work. She was afraid to communicate like that. Wataru, I don't know if this girl can do the job. Right now an uncle is going to buy a book. He decided to let Mina be the receptionist. But in this situation, it doesn't seem right. That's good. This guy is weird, so you have to help him. Manny a hand. Who expected to look? I can see that this girl is already crying. You don't know when I quit. Can Mina take over this job anymore? He then told this to the shop owner. But Mina was the nicest patrons he'd ever seen. So he doesn't want to let you quit. Wataru remembers in class she used to be alone. He thought for a moment and decided to talk to her. Wataru called a new AI to work as well. If you ever meet a customer like that, you just have to make them feel like they can't communicate. normally not good at talking. But at work, you have to make people think you're good. You say things that hurt you. It made Mina feel scared. She knelt down and promised to try harder. Don't throw me away. Wataru was confused when he saw this. You're just a salaryman. You have the right to expel her. When I hear screaming in the room, the shop owner rushed in. He explained to him and asked Mina to continue. It makes you happy. When he returned that night, he found Natsukawa and the trees in the group. Video calling. When Natsukawa saw you join, she turned off the video. I want to tell you about the day I met you. Hearing it related to girls made Natsukawa very curious. After a while, they both understood the story. Wataru doesn't know how to deal with her now. That's what Natsukawa said. It's not Wataru's fault. Because you just want to help her. Right now, Kei told me she had a job and ended the call first. It's really hard pushing the boat. Listening to what Natsukawa had just said, it makes you feel like you're cheering on. You two talk to each other a few sentences, then you turn it off first. Makes Natsukawa quite sulky. The next day he worked as usual. When I met Mina, I saw that she did a lot better than the day before. Even when you meet a client, you're a little confused. According to Wataru, I see that's a big step forward. Shortly after the lull break, you asked why Sao Mina was trying to do that. You said you wanted to be self-sufficient, without relying on my brother anymore. Now you know. Her brother is the only male member of the board. Discipline is not about being angry or anything, because you really like your brother. But a few days ago, she saw her brother take a girl home. She ran up and opened her brother's door. I saw the two of them kissing. That's a good thing. I don't want to depend on my brother. Mina went to the bookstore to do more. After talking to Wataru, you've done a much better job now. However, the reception seems to be it's hard for her. At that time, Fuka appeared. Looks like she's here to visit Wataru. You introduced her to Mina. It's amazing, because a middle school girl looks like a college girl. Although it's been a long time since you saw Fuka again. But lately, Wataru was only thinking about Mina. They both have the same hobby of reading. So Fuka and Mina talk to each other pretty easily. To help Mina communicate better, so Wataru decided to play the client and talk to her. But when asked the question, Mina was confused. He said he was going to ask the boss. I thought she was just acting. I thought Mina was running away. He is dedicated to the profession. Next is to Fuka as the customer. This time, she did better than before. Fuka then also left and arranged to see you two again. In this situation, Wataru will probably quit his job. Wataru still do not understand Sao. Mina talked about her family to me. When I got home, I met my sister Ed. As always, Wataru has to make drinks for her. Now you realize, because Mina doesn't have any best friends. That's why she confided it to you. The next day, they went to the bookstore to work as usual. Mina remembers the first time her brother took his girlfriend home. Her name is Yuri, and two people. They are all members of the Shinomiya Senpai's disciplinary committee. Mina's brother is here to find her. Three people then go inside and talk to each other. I didn't ask Mina directly, but he also figured out something. That's why she came here to do more. He's sorry for not caring about you after dating Yuri. So now I want you two to be close, together as before. Mina was worried that Yuri would notice this. The person who had just been named appeared. Because this isn't your problem. I want to talk to Mina too. Yuri also apologized for barging into her life on her own. And she doesn't want to destroy it. Go to your family life. But actually, you're not disgruntled. You two are dating each other. That Mina just doesn't want to rely on. My brother and alone. She really wants to bless. Two people should do this. After spending time with Mina, Wataru, I've seen her grow a lot. After a while, it seemed like the two of them understood Mina's point. She also thanked you for helping me say out all the pliers, compressed in the heart. You told her not to worry. Wataru saw that Mina had been working hard for a while. Hearing you say that moved her. Today, Natsukawa went to school to listen to instructions about the summer activities. I came across my friend Sasaki here. It seems like summer. He's been active in the club a lot lately. Into the classroom, Natsukawa noticed that Sasaki was looking at her. Episode 10 today. Fuka came to the bookstore looking for Wataru. You still can't believe this is a middle school kid. The two of you are talking to each other right now. Mina appeared. After a while, Fuka introduced Mina to some of the books she had read. Give it to Mina. The book is no longer in print, which makes you happy. Wataru was working when he received a message from the class group. They're taking pictures of people listening. Popular things to do in summer activities. This time, because Natsukawa was in the picture, Wataru saved the picture. Back home, my sister. Kaede couldn't believe it. You can stick with that extra work. Will you take care of Mina? I have to say, Kaede heard about this from Shinomiya Senpai. For lack of preparation for the upcoming summer activities, so Kaede asked Wataru to lend a helping hand. Anyway, you've been free lately. She then gave him the phone to Shinomiya. She was very surprised when she picked up the phone, because the person on the other end of the line is Wataru, not Kei. "Do you come in too? The main theme is to help the disciplinary committee." "That's it, Shinomiya." She refused and said she'll figure it out. Wataru was surprised to hear that because he was rejected. "But when I saw my sister," Kei raised her thumb, so she offered to help. Shinomiya again. After a while, she was convinced. "But maybe there's only a few hands for you to do." Wataru met Shinomiya the next day at school. "She looks a little confused talking to you right now. It's not good to stand outside and talk like that. So you called Shinomiya inside the board. The discipline will be in charge of the transportation and arrangement of the hall. But it's mostly girls. So this is a little tricky." Fortunately, Wataru helped this time. 2 people accidentally passed the class. Job explanation for summer activities. Wataru sees Natsukawa in there. Sasaki can see Wataru now. You two meet like that. So he finally retreated in front of Wataru. Then went to the discipline department with Shinomiya, even though it's full of familiar faces. "But you're embarrassed. Over here, the summer tour is over. Sasaki's team has a game this weekend. So he invited Natsukawa to come and see it. She told me she was busy and refused. That makes Sasaki a bit of a mess. Natsukawa has been like that since middle school. She always turned down all the invitations from her classmates to go out. You know you have nothing left. About time or mood. Natsukawa is always lost in the sky, the happy atmosphere of everyone around. That day was also the first time she met Wataru. Maybe Natsukawa cared about you then. It's not because you're gentle or enthusiastic. Maybe it's because you can see the shadow. His image is only in his person. Wataru confessed to her that day. But this is only the second time you and she have met. So Natsukawa can agree. Miss Chi, there's no more time to be interested in things like dating. She thought Wataru had given up. But after that day, he always appeared in front of Natsukawa. No matter how you act, he hasn't changed. This is because Natsukawa is always being followed by Wataru. So everyone in the class started talking to her more and more. Natsukawa, think back to talking to people like that. Make someone about to, as if you are much more comfortable. As the BA exam approaches, Wataru no longer came to you. I think he gave up. But until the point is announced, Wataru, he stood in front of him and congratulated Natsukawa. They both later passed the exam at the same school. Because I want to study with you. So you've been working very hard to learn. Wataru followed. As before, Natsukawa also made another friend, Kei. My high school life is a little different than I imagined. But Natsukawa, still having a pretty good time. Now she feels lost without Wataru. On the side again, Natsukawa ran to each room. But I can't see him. When you were outside, you accidentally saw it. Wataru calf lesbians passing by. Natsukawa ran to chase after him without hesitation. But in some magical way too. Tataru walked slowly, and she couldn't get rid of him. You two keep passing each other like that. Then they finally hit each other. If that's the case, break the string. Like the video to subscribe to my support channel. Now say goodbye. Continue the previous part. Natsukawa accidentally ran into Wataru. When he saw her, he was surprised that Natsukawa was here. Did she even come closer to talk to you? I can't believe it, because one day she comes to me. I feel like her personality has changed today. It's been a long time since you two met. Natsukawa went swimming with the tree just now. Remember that? Kei once sent you a picture of Natsukawa wearing a swimsuit. When Natsukawa, I want you to delete that picture. But how could Wataru do that? While you two are fighting, suddenly, Natsukawa accidentally fell on top of her. They looked at each other for a moment, and suddenly the tree appeared. Chen horizontal 2 people. She's going to school this summer, to do club activities. When she looked closely, Wataru looked a little black. You almost said, that's what happened. I went to the beach with a middle school girl. Let the two of them know it's goodbye. Always. He also told me that the reason he went to school was to help Shinomiya. Get ready for tomorrow's event. You've heard her. To attract more people to the school. So the school chose out those who had the structure. High photo to be a guide for students. Level 2 can be understood as someone with a high profile. These are handsome girls. Your class chooses people by pulling hammers, but the two chosen are still Natsukawa and Sasaki. When he heard that, he asked if he also wanted to take Sasaki's place, to go with Natsukawa. Wataru denied it. Why are you able to do this? But Natsukawa doesn't think so, because you helped Minakiya. This time Natsukawa, the suggestion is after tomorrow's event. Then, all 3 of you get together again. Wataru and Kai agree with that. The next day, Natsukawa was with Sasaki. Take a group of middle school students on a school tour. And suddenly, in that group, there's also the appearance of Fuka. This time, they wonder about Sasaki and Natsukawa's relationship. Sasaki is going to say something. But Natsukawa, they say you're just classmates. It's boring. Later, everyone went to the school together. After a while, everyone noticed. Reina is being bullied by a bunch of middle school kids. Natsukawa stood up to relieve her. After listening to the teaching, the students knew their mistakes. The tour is about to end. Suddenly, everyone noticed. Wataru is passing by carrying his things. Fuka saw that and ran over and called out his name. That surprised Natsukawa and Sasaki. It's not a mild coincidence. And Fuka told me what she had just done. Take a tour of your school. Her friends also came running and asked her if this is the guy that Fuka, or mention not. You can't believe Fuka is describing this. He and his friends are like superheroes. VIP pros like that. She also said that her feelings and Wataru, it's very deep. When I knew I had just said something embarrassing, Fuka, embarrassed to lead his friend away. Wataru didn't know how to explain it to Natsukawa Sayo. Sasaki can only encourage you and leave first. He was being led somewhere by Natsukawa. The tree was also surprised by Wataru. I love girls like that again. I finally told him about what happened in the summer. Last time for 2 people. You can hear Natsukawa now. I was wondering why you didn't go out with me. If you have time to go out with others like that, Wataru can also go out with her. Once in 1,000 years, you can refuse. I called Natsukawa that night. She advised Natsukawa not to be grumpy with Wataru. Like that again. If that's the case, the distance between the two of you will increase. That way I hope you both are happy. So I don't want this to happen at all. Episode 12 Wataru. Mina was told that it was going to rain. You can see it when you go out with her. Natsukawa is coming. Even though I don't know what is Natsukawa here for, but you invited her inside first. Just came in. Mina ran back and handed Natsukawa a towel. That makes Natsukawa. I was surprised that her personality changed, just like someone else. After talking to you, she is now. Mina was much more confident communicating. You're talking to each other right now. Fuka appearance. Both Natsukawa and Fuka are surprised to see each other again. At that moment, Mina called Fuka back to her place. Natsukawa now knows that the two of them are so close. You both share. Let's read our books to each other. Looks now, Natsukawa is a little sulky because Wataru is also close to them. If you want, you can go there, but Wataru can do that because there's Natsukawa here right now. Hearing his words made Natsukawa blush. She turned away, making it difficult for you to understand. What's going on? Right now, Natsukawa accidentally stumbled on the next table. Fortunately, Wataru was quick to catch her. I didn't expect this scene to be caught by Mina and Fuka. Both of you are embarrassed to face each other. Natsukawa reminded me that he once invited you to his house to play. But at the time you thought Natsukawa was just joking and didn't dare come. But now she's saying she's looking forward to you coming. Wataru agreed. So the next day he stood at Natsukawa's door. But I dare not enter. Tree appears Wataru. Then go up and ring the doorbell. Natsukawa went out and invited them both in. You've also met her sister Eri. Later, the two were playing together. You couldn't have expected a 5-year-old girl to be so active. This is also Natsukawa's first time. I saw that she wanted to play with that AI. Because normally Ari, just watching books and playing family games. The tree also thinks that Wataru is the second son of the Natsukawa family. That's how easy it is for those two to get along. After a while, you have no power. In the evening, Natsukawa's mother returned. I can't believe her mother knows me. Because sometimes, when Natsukawa talked, she mentioned you. Before I could tell Ra, Natsukawa stopped me. Shortly after Natsukawa was sending them off, you asked her what she said about you. When talking to Mom. But what shame is that? Natsukawa dared to tell. Right now, the tree is actively splitting off towards the other direction. Give you 2 time together. Natsukawa tells about her school life. It's been a lot of fun lately. You can go out and talk to other classmates. That's what she couldn't do in middle school. That made Wataru think it was me. But that's not what Natsukawa meant. It was for school and family. You don't have time to play with everyone. If that's the case, then maybe you'll find it hard to believe who you are now. But it's not a natural thing to do. Probably because of the appearance of Wataru. So everyone knows you exist. You can also think of it as a media event. I can talk to everyone, but you feel that something is missing. Someone who was always by your side, but is now far away from you. Wataru explained that because he was afraid of affecting Natsukawa, that's why you did it. But she doesn't think so. Natsukawa plucked up the courage and said that Wataru is my spiritual rock. Right now, the fireworks are shooting up into the sky. Natsukawa asked if he didn't want to say his name anymore, or SAO. I want you two to be able to talk again. Without you, the pace of your life would be unsteady. It's over. Wataru also promised her that he could hear her. The two then left together. He wanted to hold Natsukawa's hand, but he didn't dare. If she sees that, she'll take your hand. You didn't say a word to each other. She was obviously the one who sent you home at first. But now Wataru is the one to send her off. Because you don't mind leaving her alone at all. The next day, I went to school as usual. As he approached the school, he saw Natsukawa standing there waiting for him. She even tied your tie. You feel like you've got a girlfriend. After yesterday's relationship, you two are much closer than that. I don't know if this is season 2 or not, but I don't expect it to come out. That's a beautiful ending. Please like the video to subscribe to my support channel. Now say goodbye.